coming here every day, man. We have this nice old facility, nice coaches, and great teammates. So coming here every day and willing to get better, I think that's a great mindset to have.
Any favorite moments from this offseason that stand out to you?
I feel like every moment that we was together as a team was great. It was another moment from bonding, so it was great.
Coach Heupel says he beat y'all up on the basketball court. Is that true?
Say that again?
Coach Heupel says he beat y'all up on the basketball court. Is that true?
He beat who up?
All y'all, man. He said when you guys come over to his house.
You believe that?
I don't. Personally, after seeing you and your stature, I don't think that's the case, man.
That's not the case. It's not the case at all. We're not even allowed to play basketball, so you know that's not real.
I was asking Coach Halsey, how many tweaks or wrinkles off of what you guys have shown on tape the last 2 years have you added to this offense over the last 7 months?
I don't know, to be honest. We'll find out tomorrow. First day of meetings, so we'll find out tomorrow with that. It's a great question.
He was talking about your attention to detail. Where did sort of that realization come of understanding, line assignments, run back assignments, all that stuff? Where did you sort of gather, hey, I need to start understanding this and grow in my knowledge of the offense?
I have a lot of young guys on the team. I'm the oldest guy technically on the offense, so me being able to coach up a guy if you don't know his assignment, I think that's very critical for my position and for me as a person, just being able to know exactly where people at, so I know that I have the play that was called. So that's great.
Joe, how did you talked about this at SEC Media Days? How did you change your mindset to let the previous play go and just move forward? How did you work through that yourself?
I answered a question like
Sorry,
that.
I apologize.
I got more reasons. Just to the whole point of moving on, because our offense is so fast and it's so fast paced, you never know when the next play is going to score. So why not flush it? The moment that I have a lot of these that happen in practice where the moment that I still think about the previous play, the next play could have been a touchdown, but it was something that I was thinking about and messed up me mechanically to miss that throw or to make a bad read or anything. So I learned that in practice, if you flush it, the next play can be a touchdown. So the more that you flush it, the easier things will be.
So did the tempo help that as much as anything?
Absolutely.
You just didn't have time as well.
You actually don't have time to do well on the last play. Unless you're a fourth down and you go to the sideline, you can talk about it. But other than that, you don't have time.
How much have you enjoyed all the hype kind of building around you?
It's cool. It's cool and all, but y'all know me. I'm not that type of person to fall into that type of stuff.
Do you read it?
No. To be honest with you, I don't.
You block it all out?
You see it. You can't not see it. It's on social media everywhere. If you go on the Explore page, you'll see my face, right? But, it's cool and all. But at the same time, you have to understand what the main thing is. The main thing is winning, so why not focus on that?
So what was your first impression of Nico? I guess we might have seen him when he was on recruit. What was your first impression? Did you know much about him when you got here?
I ain't know much about him. I just knew when I first seen him, he was cool. I think he had on it was kind of cold when he first got here, so he had on 2 different jackets, he had some glasses, had the braids back. I was like, man, who is this young cat? And Coach Hodge walked up to me, he was like, this is Nico, one of the quarterbacks we're recruiting. I was like, oh shoot, that's Nico? But at first, I think I was flat-footed. I think I had no shoes when I first met him, so at first he was a little bit taller than me. I was like, oh man. So this is the first quarterback in the quarterback was taller than me, but when I put on shoes, we was the same height, so I was like, all right, we good to go. But it was a cool encounter.
Well, did the personality, once you got to know him a little bit, match some of the, I don't want to say swag, just what he was kind of carrying himself?
He's very humble. And like I told one of the last reporters that he's not shy to ask no questions. I told him that be comfortable asking anything you want to ask. You can ask about my failures, you can ask about my success. It doesn't matter. No question is done. And I'm willing to help you because everybody's going to face adversity. You just never know when. But when you do face it, you got to know how to overcome it.
You said you'd like to play video games. Is there one in particular you guys kind of bonded over? Getting really competitive at, I should say.
Yeah, Fight Night Champions. It's a boxing game. It's in the locker room right now, actually. They're all playing right now, but just in the living room with that one at my house. We go back and forth. One night we stayed up to 4 a.m. playing. It was on the weekend. We stayed up to 4 a.m. just playing the game, so it was cool.
Was that the summer or was that back in the winter?
No, that was summer.
I think you said you live alone now. How often is he at your house, would you say?
Every other day. I try to let him live life still. He's still a kid, so I try to let him live life and not just pound him with the football knowledge all the time. So I try to let him enjoy his life.
Are you instigating those visits, or is he saying, "Hey, can I come over?" Are you telling him that, "Hey, you need to get over here"?
A
A little bit of both.
little bit of both, actually. A little bit of both.
Are you just as comfortable talking to teammates about your personal life, lessons you've learned there, as much as football stuff?
Absolutely. I feel like as a football player, we athletes go through the same thing, just in different phases of life. So why not tell your story? Because somebody else can come across something like that, and you know how to face the situation. So why not tell my story?
Did you grow into that? Have you always been that comfortable?
Yes, no. I actually haven't been that comfortable because I never liked anyone knowing my story or knowing me too personally or getting too close to me. But why hide it from the team that I love and care about? So why not show it or talk about my adversities and let these guys understand that I'm not perfect. I'm not going to be perfect, but at the same time, I was willing to fight the whatever I need to.
You've got a really good relationship with Ramel. Should that help him get on the field? That he has such a good relationship rapport with you.
Help him get on the field? What you mean by that?
He can beat out another guy for a position because he has good rapport with you on the field.
I thought Ramel went crazy last year. I thought he was already out there. Ramel comes to practice every day and ready to compete, regardless of the situation. I talked to him yesterday, and he texted me back immediately and was like, "Man, I'm ready to work. So I believe in you. I know you believe in me. Just throw me the ball." So, we know what that means. Just keep running. That's all I tell my guys. Keep running.
What does he do well?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I know that sounds like a generic answer about everything, but he legit does everything right. Everybody makes mistakes in life, but his mistakes are not the mistake that you be like, "Oh man, that cost us the game." It's one of those mistakes like where, "Oh man, he dropped a pass," but that's life. Not everybody's gonna catch every pass. So but that's part of football. It's part of nature.
Coach Halsey just told us that the success you had against Clemson in the bowl game, he felt like it made you hungrier, like you kind of got a taste of what you could do. What did that look like in January? What did that fuel you to do to come back?
To come back?
I mean, what after that game? I mean, Coach Halsey saying it made you hungrier. What did that change about your approach, or what did you do more of?
I'm just more confident in myself. My preparation, my coach's preparation, understanding the playbook more, understanding what everybody on the offense is doing, understanding the blocking scheme, passing schemes, how the routes are ran, my running backs beside me, just knowing everything that they're doing helps the game out a lot easier. So during that process of Clemson game, when I watched every game for Clemson, I was just able to tell everybody on the team exactly what was going on, how they ran it, and what to do when it happened. So it just made me more confident in my preparation.
Were you surprised at all what Ramel was able to do when he did step in there last year?
No. I seen that ever since I got here when I got hurt after the Pitt game in 2020. After I got hurt, when I came back, the Missouri game, I was throwing to Ramel. So to see him in practice, I knew that it was going to translate to the game because he did it every day in practice.
When you saw him doing that, how excited were you knowing you get to run with him next year?
I was very excited just because I knew the opportunity. I know the work that he put in for it. I know how long he stayed here after practice. I know how long he's been here in summer camp. So just, seeing his hard work pay off is great.
How much do you think Jalen kind of helped with what he did last year being in the facility? How much did that help the wide receiver room kind of do the same thing?
I think that's just part of the receiver room. It was nobody. If there's one receiver in here, all of them was pretty much in here catching the ball. So I think that was just like a receiver room thing. I never saw one receiver in by themselves.
You talked a lot about Ramel. What about Brew, Dante, Squirrel, some of these other guys you're going to be throwing to?
Dogs. Man, it's so hard to, talk on their behalf and what I see just because, some people ask me, who's my favorite receiver and things like that, right? But I feel like all of those guys play great. They have the great mindset right now. They come in and attack camp, also approaching the season. They understand what type of player I am, understand what the coaches want in this offense, and understand the rules of the game. What are we trying to accomplish here as offense, and what are we actually trying to do? So those guys understand it. They're willing to keep running. And if I underthrow them, which I don't, it's just if it happens, man, they'll laugh and they'll be like, "Man, this ain't the Joe we know." They'll give me a little bit of backlash, but it's funny. It's cool.
What's the thing that Milton maybe has taught you most? What's like something that you learned from him?
Joe, man, there's a lot. I was really just looking at him going in front of me, and when he throws, just really looking at his whole body frame and how he puts the ball at certain spots. So yeah, just taking stuff from that, and obviously the film side, the stuff Joe helps with. But mainly just looking at him when he's throwing, mechanical and the tweak that I need to make because we have similar body size. So.
We've also heard that he's a pretty good griller. Have you had the treat of that yet?
I haven't had his grilling. I've had his spaghetti though, so his spaghetti's pretty good.
How does that rank in the spaghetti you've had?
It's right under my mom's. I'm still gonna take my mom's spaghetti over it, but Joe got it like right there.
How much cook is this, like a box noodles jar sauce thing, or is he put some chef touch on it?
You know what? He told me to just come grab a plate, and I went up and grabbed the plate, so I didn't really see him make it. But, it was good.
You said you guys play a lot of video games. There's a boxing video game you guys play a lot of.
Yeah, we play a lot of little boxing.
Who's better between
Joe probably gonna say his health, but I beat him the past couple times, so I'm saying.
Nico, being a West Coast guy, California kid, has there been any culture shock about East Tennessee, the South? I mean, kind of what's some differences that you like?
Yeah, I just think the culture shock for me was like we don't have too many minorities out here. I see a lot of more like of my Polynesians out there in California. You see a lot of more different cultures out here. It's much more not diverse, but it's been a cool change for me. I think everybody out here is super nice. So not everybody in Cali is not as nice as these people, but it's been fun out here.
You got a guy to your right over there. Have you been able to bond with him much?
Yeah,
connection?
Yeah, we bonded in the locker room. I haven't really got to hang out with him off the field, but he has a wife and everything, so I don't want to, intrude. But having Kenny here has been great for me.
Yeah,
are you one of the guys making the old jokes?
Yeah, calling him Grandpa.
No, I don't think so. I haven't called him that yet. I'll probably make a couple old jokes though. Yeah, but I think I'll joke around with a couple of my other teammates.
Is it hard for you to go places around here and not get recognized, or people come up and ask for a picture? Is it hard for that?
Yeah, it's hard, but I enjoy it. I'll go to Smoothie King or like Chipotle, and you meet a couple friends. But, it's always fun seeing the fans out there.
Have you been able to incorporate your culture into the program at all? Kind of show them the Polynesian side?
I haven't, not yet. I haven't. I've really just been focused on grinding, man. Yeah, so I haven't got the chance to do it.
Obviously coming in early is helpful when it comes to learning the plays, X's and O's, but for you, just what have you noticed about the way you carry yourself, your comfortability just from getting that early arrival?
Yeah, I think everything, just getting adjusted to the way college football is played, with the speed of everything was big change for me. So getting used to that, and yeah, man, I really just college in general is just taught me how to be a man. So really just coming in early was great.
How do you deal with the hype and the pressure when you step on the field? That everyone's talking about 5-star, one of the best quarterbacks coming out of your class.
Really just try not to focus on stuff like that. It all starts over again. I got to put myself at this college level, and I felt like we worked hard enough to get to that point. And like I said, when it's hard time again, we'll go perform.
What's it been like working with Coach Halsey?
Yeah, working with Coach Halsey's been great, man. He's such a fun guy to work with. Even in the film room, he's a great guy to work with. But Coach Joey's helped me in tremendous ways. So many different ways, just throwing mechanics, all types of stuff. So it's been great.
Has he changed anything about the way you throw the ball, or anything technique-wise with you?
No, not really. Really to drive more off my back hip was really the main thing. I started a lot of like off-platform throws, and when I feel like you can make those throws, but they're not as good at all times. So just learning the base, getting back to the fundamentals, and using my full power to make great good throws.
Coach Halsey talked about your demeanor kind of being a thing that guys could feed off of if you were needed. Just kind of what allows you to be calm like that on the field.
I think from a young age, man, I've always been like that. Just going out there taking one play at a time, really, and staying calm under pressure. You really don't look at it as pressure once you get out there. And I think it's just always stuck with me as a kid.
Do you model your game after anybody or anybody in the pros that you've watched in the past that you kind of try to take something from?
Aaron Rodgers is a big guy I watched, and then back to Tom Brady, and then Pat Mahomes a little bit. So, just a couple guys, and Josh Allen was a big guy for me. And now it's just been really just Joe now. So but those 4 guys in the league were really the guys I was trying to model my game on.
What from Joe have you kind of focused on to put into your own game?
Really, the way he just throws the ball, man. The way he throws the ball is so effortless, and it's beautiful when you see it up front. So really just improving on that. I feel like I'm going to get to that level. So once I get there, man, can't wait to see what it looks like. So
I'm sure you probably had the biggest arm of, in camp or team you've been around. What was it like to show up and see Joe actually sling it like he does?
Yeah, I've seen him sling it in warm-ups for games, so I already knew what it was like looking at it. But just actually being on the team with him, and he's my teammate, that's so fun to know. I got a teammate that can throw the ball like that. So
he was surprised that you were taller than him when he first met you.
Am I taller than Joe?
He said he wasn't wearing shoes.
Right. He said he wasn't wearing shoes, but when he put shoes on, he was the same height.
Yeah.
That was new. That was new for him because he's.
That's new for me. I thought we were the same height the whole time, so I didn't know that.
He noticed it.
You said he baked spaghetti for you. Do you ever cook anything for him?
I had my mom cook something for him. Whatever food she'll cook, she'll have for him. She did have her spaghetti for him. So no, I'm not a big cook, but I'll learn how to cook soon. So.
Was there anything over the summer coming from the spring that you really wanted to focus on football-wise in terms of getting better? Was it a lot of things, or just a couple things that specifically that you wanted when you guys hit the field tomorrow that you're looking to be better at?
Yeah, I think mechanics and signals really. Once I get the signal, just being able to know what it is and call it out there once I first get it. And I think signals is the main thing for me, and just retaining information. So once you go out there from all the film study and stuff, that it's easy when you get out there.
Joe talks about how he's pretty open about everything, his life, football, you can ask him anything. For you, as when you're incoming, how does that make you trust him as a leader, that you can ask him not only anything about football, but life in general?
Yeah, my trust has always been in him. I know he's going to go out there and get the job done. And really just having him there, it's just been great for me. I think all the guys have the same belief as me in him, and he shows that every day.
When you kind of look at some of the other freshmen that you came in with, what are your impressions of kind of this class as a whole?
Yeah, I thought we put a great class together, man. I feel like this 23 class is going to be a super strong class in the future. We are the future, I feel like, with this class. And, man, there's so much talent in this one class, and then we got the 24 class coming up next. So.
Is there anybody in this group? You said you spent a lot of time with Joe, so I don't know how much time you get to spend.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time with, Ricky Gibson, John Slaughter, Christian Conyer, Nathan Leacock, just a couple guys that I spend time with. I spend time with a lot of guys.
What have you seen out of Nathan Leacock so far? Just
say again?
On the field, what have you seen out of Nathan Leacock?
Great potential, man. He's a big target that I can hit. He has long strides, can go out there and get a deep ball. So really, I'm looking for more in this fall camp for us all to improve. So I can't wait.
What about some of those DBs?
Last question,
everybody. Hanging out with some of those DBs. What
Yeah.
about those guys?
All of them, man. Jordan Matthews, I feel like they're a great class of DBs that we put together, and I feel like they're all going to do good in fall camp.
Did you grow up many interceptions in the spring, right?
Man, hopefully not, man. I'm not trying to throw no interceptions.
Didn't even get you in the spring?
None of them. I know Aaron Beasley got me. He got me once, and Elijah Herring got me once too. So I did throw the two of them to them, and Andre Turrentine got me. So I'm going through my lumps right now. I'm learning.